coach, fantastic. I just hope it's the right man for the job who carries on from where we've left off, because there is definitely some very, very strong foundations laid and a team that is hopefully on the way up. So we don't want to start from scratch and start having dodgy results and not qualifying. This is a team that, after reaching the quarterfinals of an AFCON, should be on the looking up, not starting from complete scratch again.
If I can take you back to ancient age, like you said, you're speaking about Stuart, but now Gaetano is chasing his first trophy.
Sport is okay. We've lost a few players this off season, but I think there's a lot of continuity with players, and we've worked with the coach for a long, long time. He was assistant under Stuart, he was assistant under Gordon, now he's the coach, and of course we want to go and win a trophy with him. We enjoy working with him. There's a great relationship between the coach and the players. There's a huge amount of respect, and we enjoy working with him. So of course we would like him to get his first trophy as manager, and that would mean that as players we get another trophy in our cabinets as well. So we'd be delighted if we can do that together with the coach.
As captain, being losing.
Who we lost? Brocky.
In the past, Brocky. Number of players we need to switch.
Antonio Lafont, you're not there.
Okay.
You're not there,
Okay.
Yeah, I understand, and that's football. If we look at the Premier League, Man City are snapping up players. United's the teams with the most money will present money to teams, and you got to test if the team can say no. It's been really, really promising for us as players that whatever offers have come in or haven't come in, because all we know is what you guys report in the press, they've been turned down, and that's fantastic for us, because we don't want to lose our best players, certainly not to our rivals. If they're going to Europe and it's a non-competitor, then it's not as bad, but we don't want to be losing our players to our rivals, and for us as players to see the club turning down offers, I think it's a great signal of intent from the club to say no, we're building something, we're confident in this squad, and we want to keep the squad together. So certainly for us as players, it gives us a lot of confidence to see that the board and the club are back in this team and are prepared to turn down big money offers for our key players.
I hope Sundowns want you.
We've got too many midfielders. They don't want me. I don't think so.
Just last one, the addition of...
It's unfortunate that the game wasn't on last night, because he was unbelievable. I've worked with Gabuza at Bafana, so I knew exactly what we were getting. I knew we were getting a powerhouse of a striker. Unfortunately, doesn't always get the goals that his performances deserve. But if you saw him last night, he was unbelievable. He just bulldozed everyone in his way. He held the ball up. He chased lost causes. And his character, everyone knows about his character. He's fantastic to have in the dressing room. So we've accepted him with open arms. Delighted for him that he got his 2 goals against Wits. He's playing full of confidence. I think there's a very nice partnership forming with Bradley. And if Bradley's getting the goals and Gabuza's doing the not so nice stuff, great, because we're winning games and we're being successful. But he's a fantastic addition to the squad, and his performances have been very, very good for us, and I think he's settling in really well. There's not as much pressure on him from a fan point of view, but there is pressure from within. We want to perform. You don't come to Supersport not to perform and not to win trophies. You come to Supersport because you're a good player and because you're going to help us be successful. So there is that pressure from within. He's embraced it, and as I said last night, he was unplayable, and that's a Gabuza that I've worked with before and that I knew we were getting. So it's great to see that he's hit the ground running. It hasn't taken him time to settle in, and it seems like he's really enjoying life and his football, which is a huge benefit for us.
Does it deserve the stick?
Fans are fans. They can give someone stick if they want to give someone stick. That's modern football. Unfortunately, as players, we have to be big enough to deal with it. But for him, he's found a new home, a place that he, I think, feels accepted. And he's a hugely important player for us, and I think he's enjoying his role as a key striker for us.
Dean, how strange would it be like there on the other side?
I don't want to imagine that, because all we've heard so far is that they're not going.
Yeah.
So I wish the transfer window closed on Friday because so it was over. But
Yeah, exactly.
I think what's been good. Unfortunately, Aubrey's been injured, but Tebza, it's always unsettling to have interest from you in you. But his performances have remained consistent. It's not gone to his head, and I'm hoping that his head is at Supersport. That's what's key. The sooner the window closes for us, the better, and hopefully no one leaves us. And we can concentrate. Oh my goodness, I run after him in training every day, and he's ability-wise, he's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And I think what the coach was saying in his interview was he's come with a renewed attitude this season. I think in all the fitness tests and the running and everything we did, he was one of the fittest. And what was key to him getting into the first team was understanding that he's got a role besides his ability. His work rate had to improve, his mentality had to improve, because ability-wise, I haven't seen many players as naturally talented as Sipho Grobler. So he has to now understand that people are starting to know about him. He's not an unknown entity. People are going to pay close attention to him, so it's going to get more and more difficult to him. I think we go from the Pirates game and the Wits game to the Chiefs game. You could see he was under pressure every time he got the ball. So for him, he has to learn that there's going to be more scrutiny on him. Last night he came on at half-time, he affected the game, but it was a tough game for him. It wasn't a nice flowing football game, it was a dodgy, bouncy pitch, it was a tight pitch, it was a game that the best way to describe it was ugly. And he has to learn that there is another side of the game that you have to be able to adapt to and play differently in different games. But we're very, very excited by him, and what's key now is to keep him on a level playing field. We don't want him to get too excited because all of a sudden the country's talking about him, the fans are talking about him, and rightly so on his performances, but he has to maintain that level of performance. Otherwise you're very quickly forgotten, and that is the game we play.